Alright, y'all, what up? So I'm doing something a little different today. Like I just left the comic book store like an hour or two ago, and I just wanted to share with y'all like some of the shit I be getting, some of the shit I be buying. Some of y'all probably already read some of these, but this pretty much my little comic collection. Yeah, I got to excuse the room, so I got to clean this junk up later on. But most of these are mixtures. Some of these are crossover comics. Some of these DC, some of them Marvel. Most of them probably Marvel because I think I got more uh, Marvel than DC, or do I got more DC than Marvel? Shit, I don't know. But I'm just sure some of y'all I ain't read this yet, but this Batman and Robin. You know what I'm saying? I think that's external or eternal. One, I think it's eternal, but this I think this book is about you know Batman and Robin getting like it's pretty much about all the Batmans and Robins like anything that had to do with their persona. Like these are some of the people like as you can see that's Batwoman right there or Batgirl. I think that's Batgirl. Um, I think this Dick Grayson. That's Red Robin there. The Tim Drake. Um, that's Jason Todd, Red Hood. I forget who these ladies, females are or whatnot. That's Batman up there, in the big print. But I ain't read this yet because the book is a pretty thick book. You know what I'm saying? See, look at this, pretty thick book. So it'll take me a while to even get into that and even try to finish it. So here's we go to the next one. This is a Teen Titans Hunt, and this Road to Rebirth. For those of you who don't know Road to Rebirth, they pretty much some of the older comics that they have, they just rebirthed. You know what I'm saying? They redid them or whatnot. So actually they redid them to look better, like in our time frame that we in now. Cause some of these comics came out around the early, 1990s and 2000s and shit like that. So this Titans Hunt, I think the Titans ended up doing something wrong, and now the Justice League is looking for him. I believe they trying to. I don't know if they trying to kill him or they trying to bring him to justice or whatnot. But and as you see, that's Robin, Donna Troy. Donna Troy was the leader of the Teen Titans for a good while after Robin Nightwing stepped down. Um, I don't know. Some of these characters look actually new on here. I think that's Aquaman's son or whatnot. Aqualad there. I think that's Red Arsenal right there. Um, aka Speedy for those of you who don't know. So there's Starfire, Beast Boy, Raven. Um, that look like Red Robin right there. But this Superman, Cyborg, Green Lantern, Batman. Cyborg ain't really with the Teen Titans no more. He ended up joining the Justice League because it was more Titans available at the time. I think Cyborg just was called for a greater purpose for a better team, and he was getting older, so he wasn't a team no more. So it wouldn't have made sense for him to just stay there. So moving on, the new 52 is some of the I think I actually bought this from Target. Yeah, they got the symbol right there, 20% off. Got to caught a good deal on this shit. Superman. That's pretty much the whole Justice League. I ain't got to explain to y'all who these people is. See, you see Cyborg with them again. So, New 52, pretty much some of the new comics remastered or whatnot. But I think this is just a volume one of origin of how they got together or whatever. So, with this one is I think I got this 50% off. I actually didn't even pay for this. I think Volume Two, Girl in the World, Supergirl. I think I got this on free comic book day. I think they give you like 2 or 3 comics free that you get on that you want. They have them on display on the table or whatnot like that you can just get. So I just snatched one of them shits and I seen Supergirl. Like this look like one of the books that they should be selling. It's like 20 or 30% off or something. So I just got this shit and they let me get away with it. So I think this pretty much about her and Brainiac right here. Cause I think they dated like for a minute, but it was about her and Brainiac. So shit. Look on the back. Yeah, I can read that. I'll let y'all be the judge and read that or whatever. I ain't no go over with y'all. So, looks pretty interesting. I don't know when I get into that. Um, Red Hood and the Outlaws. I think this one probably gonna be the next one I read after Blackest Night, which I'm gonna get to Blackest Night in a few minutes or so. It's another rebirth. Red Hood and the Outlaws. For those you don't know what the Red Hood and the Outlaws is, like it's Red Hood, Red Arsenal, and Starfire, which I don't know how Starfire ended up being a part of that, but eventually I'm gonna find out. So that's that. Let me look on the back. It looks like Bizarro. Hashtag squad goes. That shit funny. That hashtag actually been going around for a little minute now, so it's kind of funny to me. $51.99. Damn, I paid $20 for this shit. I guess that's how much it was when they first came out. Alright, Suicide Squad. I ain't read none of these. This supposed to be the new Suicide Squad. Excuse me, y'all. Tongue twisting and shit. But that's Joker daughter right there. Joker and Harley Quinn daughter. That's Harley Quinn herself. Look like she chained up, and that lady chained up. This Deadshot, Black Manta. That look like shit. I don't even know who that is. But yeah. Let's see. I got a couple books under here too. That's new Suicide Squad, Volume 2. Damn, I'm fucking up on my cues today. Damn, my bad, y'all. I know y'all like, damn, he calmly fucking up. But look on the back of some of these. Man, that look like Zoom shit. Look on the back of that. Joker into the belly of the beast. And that's the Suicide Squad Volume 1. Like, I think this new Suicide Squad, these are the two Volume 1 and 2s right here, so those go together. And Suicide Squad Volume 1 kicked in the teeth. I think that's a whole nother journey or storyline or whatnot. So yeah, pretty much. Next thing is Batman Rebirth. I think this pretty much is just about him and Gotham or whatever. I don't know who those two people is. I don't recall ever seeing them. So I guess they gonna be the ones helping Batman out or somebody he meet up with later. Batman and Ninja Turtles is actually a crossover comic. If y'all been paying attention to what's been going on, they actually got two movies out about this. I haven't seen either one of the movies, but I know they just came out with another new movie about it like a month or two ago. Cause in the summertime, that's when they pretty much release everything. But I actually read this book. It was pretty good. And it said, see, it was the event of that year. But basically, for those of you who haven't read it, I think the Turtles ended up coming to Batman time or Shredder. I think Shredder ended up there with some machine they was building. They ended up in Gotham. So, and Batman ends up fighting them at first because he thinks they was vigilantes, like on the bad side or whatever. Cause Batman had fought ninjas prior to that description or whatever. I mean, not turtles, but ninjas in general. So it was a pretty good read, pretty long book. Next we got Superman. Well, let me show y'all the back of this in case y'all want to see it. Y'all already seen the back, my bad. It's Superman Rebirth, pretty much about the son of Superman. I ain't read this either. I ain't got too much information on it. I mean, all the information's on the back for those you want to look that up and read some of it. And this is, I actually got to buy the other volumes to this Power Ranger crossover. I think this was the second issue. This was the first issue here. I don't know if I think I read some of these online if I ain't mistaken, but pretty much the Black Ranger end up going in the DC time. They pretty much end up thinking he's a villain or whatnot. And later down the line, Brainiac, he end up meeting Lois Zed, and they end up teaming together trying to get rid of both sides of of the teams, the Justice League and the Power Rangers. So that's how they end up teaming up. But I just don't. Some of the teams that they had on here was weird to me. Like, I think, of course, Superman and the Red Ranger be together because they the leaders. So, but with the Green Ranger and Cyborg, I think Cyborg and Billy, the Blue Ranger, be together. And they got the Black Ranger with Flash. So that's weird. And the Green Lantern with Batman. And I think the Green Lantern will be with Tommy. But it just ain't how it panned out. I guess they wanted to go in that direction. Of course, some of y'all big Harley Quinn fans. I got this at Target for 20% off too, Volume 1, Hot in the City. It's a pretty thick book. Most of these are thick books because when I read, I like to read for a long time. But everybody know how silly and crazy Harley Quinn is, so that'll be something good to get into. Of course, this is just the Red Hood series. Batman Red Hood's pretty much when Red Hood blamed Batman for his death. For the first time he had died, he blamed Batman, so they ended up getting into it about that. Man of Steel, you know that comic was old. They still talking about that movie on there. Red Hood, Arsenal. I think that's when they first met up when he recruited Arsenal. This is Justice League America issue. Which issue is this? 7? I guess I gotta get the other comics that's tied to the. That's Batman, Black Canary, and I forget that girl name. She can pretty much turn to the animals. When I think it's Vixen, if I ain't mistaken. And they go Red Hood Arsenal once again. I think this is where Joker daughter had came into play when they was trying to protect her. And this Red Hood Volume 3, Death of the Family. I actually had 2 of these. I had to give my brother one of them because I ended up ordering the wrong thing. I mean the same thing twice. I ordered the same book twice. So I haven't read that yet. I read these 2 though. That's why I was telling y'all the story and original or that or whatnot. So let's go to here. Spider-Man, the Clone Conspiracy. Moving to some Marvel stuff, I guess. I think this probably was the thickest book I got besides the Avengers versus X-Men in the Civil War series. And I think this book pretty much about all the clone Spider-Mans and Spider-Man trying to investigate and figure out what's going on with all these different clones or whatnot. It's like a conspiracy, so that speaks for itself. And there goes the Avengers versus X-Men. No, it's my shit here. Like, I ain't read it yet, but I know I'm gonna get into this shit. Like, I'm gonna be into it once I get into that. Like, see Cap, Red Hulk, Iron Man, Wolverine. And I'm trying to see why Wolverine on their side, because that shit weird as hell. You see the X-Man to the right over there, Cyclops, Colossus, Magneto, Emma Frost, Gambit, Rogue, my girl, Storm, the Phoenix over there, Iceman, Angel. And over there you got to the Avengers side, Spider-Woman, Spider-Man. Of course, he gonna be there on the Avengers side, because he's Avenger, Iron Fist, The Thing, Beast, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Thor. I just don't understand why Wolverine over there with the Avengers at, but you got Magneto over there with the X-Men, so shit. Maybe that got something to do with it, because Magneto ain't even the damn X-Men, so. Looks like gonna be some pretty intense shit in there. But I think I got this book here on Free Comic Book Day too. This Avengers. It was just sitting over there on the shelf where they was at the register. So I just told them to let me get that. For those of y'all who don't know what Free Comic Book Day is, they give out free comics and they let you pick like three thick comic books. That's they have some up there on display for you to get. Like, and this was one of them. I think I got this one 2 years ago when I went. I got this one when I recently went, like this May a couple months ago. X-Men No More Humans. I think with this book, all the humans was gone, and it was just mutants. So they was figuring out how to get the humans back or whatever, because they realized they couldn't live without humans. It was just they'd just be battling each other the whole time. So this X-Men here is X-Men Blue. I think this I don't know if they started the X-Men series over, or this is when they had kids or whatnot. I can't remember what. It's so much of it, I just can't remember what it was. The origin, the original 5 X-Men reunite like never before. So this time Jean Grey is in charge. Okay, so it pretty much, I don't think that's their kids or whatnot. It's just a whole nother adventure, a whole nother series. So that's pretty much that. I gotta get all the volumes to that ones and start reading those. Back to another DC one, Earth 2 Worlds End. As you can see, like this is about, I think this has something to do with Infinite World too. The DC series, like you said, this was on a different Earth right here, a different time. As you can see, that go the other world. Batman is Power Girl. She not Supergirl in that world. That's the other Flash. Look like Green Lantern, the Hal Jordan version. Red Tornado, Darkseid. I think up there that's Superman and Hawk Girl. So look at the back. So it's pretty much about Infinite Worlds, Earth versus Apocalypse. I guess they got their own little spelling of that or whatever. And this pretty much here is the comic shop news. I actually got 2 of these too. I just got this one today, so I haven't even looked at it. This just pretty much show you what comics are coming and what comics that they got in the store that's available. So the War of the Realms. My partner Nick, shout out to my boy. He was telling me about this series right here. I think this War of the Realms, this was Thor lost his arm or got it back, or it's one of them. So I ain't gonna show you all this. A lot goes into all this shit there. This Avengers. See this free comic book day. Y'all see the little symbol words up there. You see at the far front at the top up there. I read this one though. This was pretty much about. See, they go Thor 2 with his new arm right there, if y'all can see. They go that same War of the Realms thing again, but I read this one and they go Blade. I see Blade up there. I think it's when the Avengers got together. It's pretty much about that war that happened with the with Galactus and those I can't even remember the name, man. It'd be so much of this shit. Like, to see Iron Man, he ended up getting threw off course or whatever. He ended up fighting for his life with them wolves or whatever. But it's kind of coming back to him. And I think Cap and Thor had met up at this coffee shop, and they were trying to figure out how they was gonna get him back. So move that to the side. Ghost in the Shell. This pretty much the anime right here. If y'all didn't know. I just be grabbing. I mean, it's free, so why not grab it? Ghost in the Shell. I never actually watched this anime on TV, but if y'all remember Toonami and Adult Swim, this shit used to come on around like 11 something at night. Invasion. I don't know nothing about this either, so y'all might know. I don't know. Worlds of Aspen. Dimension 1 Eternal. Whole different series here. I don't know nothing about that either. Now I do know something about this here. Street Fighter 2 Ultra. I actually read this, and Ken actually ended up almost killing Ryu up in this one, because Ryu had to when he was on the brink of death, he ended up turning to evil Ryu, because Ken turned to violent Ken during this comic book series. He ended up whooping Sakura, Dan, because Dan and Sakura was training at Ryu school or whatnot. So Ken ended up losing himself, becoming violent Ken, and just pretty much wanted destruction, kind of like Ryu is. And Avengers Mightiest Heroes. I read this one as well. These are the little thin comics you can read. And they got little plus editions in there. How Captain America first started his journey before he was a super soldier or whatever. But I think in this here, was this the start of the Avengers, if I'm mistaken? I think Black Panther ended up talking to Odin or something like that for the celestial battle that they fought back in the day. Like Odin and some of the people from back in the day, the Earth Worlders had fought before Black Panther and any of them was even born. So, and this Shadow Man, I never read that. I don't know what that is. Y'all can let me know in the comments below what y'all think about that. And this the Amazing Spider-Man. I don't think I read this either. So, Bloodshot? Nah, Bloodshot. My bad, Bloodshot. I don't know what this is either. House of X. Pretty much all the X-Men. Like, it's comic shop news. Like I showed y'all that little Carnage thing. They show you the comics that's coming out, comics that's already out. It's a pretty cool picture right here. It made me actually want to start doing some writing in a few minutes. But that look like all the X-Men there. And they just pretty much show you, like, what's going on. Actually, try to show y'all the inside of it. See, they show the X-Force out. There's so much comic book history and knowledge that be in them news books, so some interesting stuff if y'all want to get into it. I'm wrapping up here, so I just bought this Birds of Prey. It's the Black Canary and pretty much her series with other females. You know, it's like a chick flick or whatever, if you want to call it that. I actually don't know what this is about. I actually just bought this today. I might let my girl have this. I might be when I read it first. And this, they actually got volumes to this. These like the side books or whatever. That's Huntress, Black Canary, and I don't know who that woman to the left is. I'll find out though. See, they showed up Birds of Prey books. I think I seen those in the store too. But these pretty expensive comics, so you just can't go in there and just go crazy unless you just got the money like that. So I just bought this too. Blackest Night. I'm into this series. As you can see, that's Guy Gardner. I think that's Kyle Rayner there. Killer Wag up there. I forget this girl name to the right over here, but her daddy was a Green Lantern. I think I explained it in one of my old videos, my old YouTube videos. Yeah, I've been keeping up with my posting, getting on the Green Lanterns in the encyclopedia or whatnot. But she gonna be a big factor into that storyline. I don't know who this is right here. See, they fighting them or whatnot. Guy Gardner fighting someone. I think this is before the Red Lanterns even showed up. Civil War 2. I've been keeping up with the Civil War moves and Civil War series. Like Captain Marvel's the leader this time, going against Iron Man. And I don't see Cap on here, so Cap probably ain't gonna be a part of it. They go Star-Lord, and that's the new Captain America right there. So Cap must not be Captain America no more doing this. It's supposed to be about the Inhumans that come. They go Spider-Man. He on Captain Marvel side. This time he ain't on Iron Man side. I don't wonder what that was about. Blackest Night. This volume 2 here. Superman, Superboy, Wonder Woman, Flash, Kid Flash. It look like Donald Trump down there. What's it, Tanner? Green Arrow. Pretty much look like they got infected or they clones or something like that. This issue 1 right here. Look like a dead skeleton of Batman. Look like they taking control of Batman right there, I think that Batman actually is Dick Grayson. Like, I don't even think that's Bruce Wayne, to be exact, so it's kind of weird there. Yeah, and I also had a 2 encyclopedia books right now. I'm gonna actually do a separate video on them, but that's it for this video. Yeah, I just want to show y'all my little comic book collection or whatnot. Y'all got any comments, concerns? Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I got something for y'all later week. So your boy gonna be coming strong maybe this week. Just wanted to share this with y'all, my little comic collection. I might do a video game collection video, so stay tuned for that. Alright, y'all. Peace. Subscribe to the channel.